Making moves.
We shot the early part of the movie in this area in Jamaica, Waterhouse, which is not really, it's not Disneyland, you know? You know what I'm saying? Waterhouse is a serious place because 97% of the community are living in poverty. I wanted to show the landscape of Kingston. That's why in that helicopter shot, the opening shot, I'm coming off the mountainside, you know, going over this town called Riverton City, which is a dump where people live on this dump. Come down over into Waterhouse, and then I go right into the little lane in Waterhouse where the kids were playing soccer the first time you see them. I really wanted to capture that rawness, show the kids running around with no shoes, playing cops and robbers. You know, in Jamaica we call it police and thief, you know. I used to do that in Jamaica, you know, with my board gun. The crazy thing about that in Jamaica playing cops and robbers is to find the kids to play the cops. Because nobody wants to play the cop, you know. So I had to set that up.
And action.
I brought a crew to Jamaica, which I didn't have to do. If I knew better, I would have done different, but I didn't know. So I flew 40-something people to Jamaica, and most of these are Caucasian, you know, white people, you know, that never been to a place like Waterhouse. So not only know that I gotta bring these people, I gotta watch out for them. These guys are walking around like, hey, you know, like I'm on vacation, you know? And, you know, I'm like, oh my God, please don't stray over there, you know? We gotta, you know, come back. Some of them realized that it wasn't really a walk in the park. There are a few of them that come back prematurely that, you know, I remember one morning I got a knock on my hotel door, and it was like 3 crew members like, can we just get our passport back? We want to go home. You know, because we don't know what is the movie or what is reality. You know, it's like, you know, the day before, you know, a few little incidents happened on the set. They got really shaken up, and they're like, you know what? I tell you what, keep the rest, keep the whatever money you owe us. We go home. I have to send them home. But most people hang in there with me, you know. I would be a big disrespect if I think I could just walk up into any neighborhood and just shoot and don't think of, you know, looking out for the people who live in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? When I pack up my set and I go back to America, they still got to live in those neighborhoods and do what they have to do. You know, these guys they were cool, man. Those my peoples. I can relate to those people.
In Jamaica, it was, you know, more home live. After I finish shooting, I head home to a home cooked meal. You know, after I finish shooting in Miami, I head to the hotel.
Making moves.
I shot in Miami first because I was anticipating a harder time shooting in Jamaica. So I said, let me get the easy part out of the way first. But to be honest, it was easier shooting in Jamaica because it's worse shooting, being a black filmmaker in America trying to shoot a movie without permits. You know, it's even worse, you know, so it was harder. But the good thing about Miami that made things a little cool for us in Miami is that we all are from Miami. I live in Miami, Ky-Mani live in Miami, you know, all my friends. So, you know, we have things to our access, like the cars in the movie, those are all our cars. You know, the houses in the movie are our houses, the boats, the jewelry, you know, the watches that were on their hands were, you know, our watches. So everything was ours. So it was easier for us to shoot because these things we have handy.
That'll be 67, $1,000. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, man. The jewelry store scene is a true life scene. It happened in real life. This guy, you know, went into Mayors to shop for jewelry, and the girl in there was not paying him no attention. You know, just looking at him like, okay, like, what are you doing here? You're not even worthy to be in here. And he picked up on that, you know, went in his pocket and he come up with a wad of cash and like, hey, how much is that Rolex? Give it to me. And right there, her whole attitude changed.
Can I get you something?
My favorite part of the movie is when I switched the cars. And I was driving in the Hummer to see if that Hummer truck is gonna be followed by 2 thieves.
Yo, Biggs, Dongles. The boy Teddy Brock shot girl upon our way. I want red Hummer shall drive, yeah?
See, respect.
Bless.
They thinking that, you know, they gonna jam this Hummer truck with a female. And I really love that scene, really, you know, because I switched cars around the block. And when we switched cars, everybody came up to me. A lot of people came up to me and said, yo, that was so gangster when you switched that car, because my girl left in a Hummer with $200,000, which one of my security force, which is Dangles, he's a good friend of mine in real life, but his character was a serpent.
A snitch is the worst. Is at the bottom of the barrel in that world, you know? You know what I mean? I mean, in that world, a murderer, a cold-blooded killer has more chance of getting pardoned by those characters than a snitch does.
John was started, man, nah, do me right, and this man slab me, I ride bike, how much man me kill for the youth. What you are?
He's the only person know that I'm sending $200,000 to Jamaica. So if he's working with these guys, I had to hire a gun from out of New York, which is Wild Cliff. Come and I say, you're gonna take this guy for a ride, and if I give you a call, when I give you that call, make sure to get rid of this kid for me.
Motherfucker that threw me in the motherfucking pool!
Wyclef came on just to help me out with the music. You know, I wanted the Wyclef expertise for his music to do the score and to help me with the soundtrack and all of that. And then while we're shooting, one day Wyclef flew into Miami, and we're shooting the role, the Richie role that he played, and we didn't have an actor. You know, we didn't have an actor, so I'm like, Clef, I got a role for you.
I took care of it, it's done, man.
That's why I'm gonna put my trust in him. I love you on a road, boy.
And he came on cold turkey, you know, walking to the set, and you know, no time for rehearsal, no nothing. So Clef, you see, man, I'm you know, I got love for you, homie. Having these guys going back to Jamaica for a number of years and just coming back to Miami and take over would be unnatural, you know. Someone has to take us to, you know, because that game, that hustle game, that street game, it's like a corporation. Someone get fired, the next person take over their position. They leave Jamaica, leave a trail of whatever they left behind. They come back to Miami, they want their turf back.
Rascal.
While they're away, someone took over. So Teddy Brockshot took over, you know. To get it back, they have to do whatever it takes.
What y'all doing?
Got a message for you, bitch.
Kind of message y'all for me.
Playtime is over.
And the first thing it takes is to pay Mr. Brockshot a visit to let them know that we're back. They have to be like, we're back, and they couldn't do it in a nice way. They couldn't call on the phone and say, hey, could we get our turf back? They have to go back and be like, hey, playtime is over. You know, top shotters are back.
Making moves.